Namaste all the viewers and our subscribers. I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers who have come to our channel. I encourage you to view all the relevant videos which are interesting for you and might also be helpful for you for your health, well-being and any diseases to be managed by natural healing solutions of yoga, acupuncture and naturopathy. In the series of discussions we have been making all these days, today I have taken up a very common topic, tennis elbow. It's a common name. Tennis elbow is something related to tendinitis or inflammation of the elbow joint. It can happen in either of the joints at any age group. The name itself tells what it is, tennis elbow. Mostly prominently found in racket sports, people who practice and play professionally. That's where it was commonly found earlier. It is nothing but inflammation of the tendon of the forearm muscles which join to our elbow on the outer side, which will lead to swelling, pain, difficulty in our movements of the wrist and the elbows. Our day-to-day activities of even eating, bathing, clothing or combing our hair all becomes very tough for us to carry on in a day-to-day living. These days we can find this tennis elbow even in those people who are mostly computer users and which has become ubiquitous across the world today, and using the mobile phones frequently, that can also cause problems with the wrist, and at times even it can present at the elbow as well. And it is also found very commonly with plumbers, carpenters, artists who stand for long period of time to paint, and painters who do the painting work for the buildings. They're all very prone to this kind of a condition called as tennis elbow. Technically, medically, it is known as lateral epicondylitis. It is nothing but inflammation of the tendon on the outer aspect of our elbow. The presenting symptoms usually are pain, restricted movement of the elbow, and sometimes in a severe situation it can be swelling also being there, redness also being there, which is very rarely seen. At times it affects any of the nerves and structures around. You can find burning sensation, numbness as well in the joint. And these pains can increase especially after a activity of repeated activity of your typing or painting or racket sports, as I mentioned. All these playing games can aggravate the condition, and winters probably aggravate as well because of the stagnation of energy and movement being less. In terms of traditional Chinese medicine, we understand that way that winters can also cause. Even otherwise, cold weathers is a factor for increasing the inflammation as well. So this is how it presents very visibly, actively. Generally, we don't need any investigations to do to understand the tennis elbow. Mere clinically, symptomatically, we can understand. A registered medical practitioner should easily understand what the problem is and should be able to give the solution. In generally, it is treated with NSAIDs or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs to reduce the inflammation and manage the pain. At times, if it is not addressed at the right time and if it is neglected and not taken care, it can lead to chronic inflammation with a constant pain. So that is where in acute and chronic both, acupuncture can be a great solution to manage it. Acupuncture deals with inserting very fine needles in specific areas by a registered skillful practitioner who is also experienced, so that it will help on reducing the inflammation by releasing lot of anti-inflammatory markers in the body when inserting the needle, and also natural painkillers which are released, which will help to reduce the pain, reduce the swelling, thereby improve the movement as well. The number of sessions required for each individual depends on the intensity of the case, how long they have been suffering from, how they have taken care by themselves. Is it enough only to take the therapy and get off? It is also very important for us to prevent any further recurrence. So for the preventing of the recurrence of the symptoms, we have to take care of our posture, do regular exercise, by a guided yoga therapist or a physiotherapist, what exercises are relevant for your elbows to strengthen up of the joint, ligaments and the tendons and the musculature as well, to prevent the recurrence of the symptoms. Thereby you take care in course of time not to get it back as well. Generally, rest also is very important. While recovery phase is there, while the treatment is happening, rest to the repetitive activity is very, very important. One thing we need to understand in this is repetitive activities will lead to minor tears in the structures. That's what causes the inflammation. Inflammation is nothing but like a wound which happens within the structures, leading to all the inflammatory markers of pain, swelling, redness, and lack of movement. These are the things which happen. So we have to give rest so that repetitive tears all are not presenting again, and at the same time with the treatment and rest, the tears should start healing. When the healing happens, once the healing is done, then we have to work on the exercise and posture not to get it back. This is how we have to, and successfully we can deal with tennis elbow to be very effectively addressed. We do have treated several cases with acupuncture, and also there are several scientific studies which have been done how effective acupuncture can be, and found that it is quite effective in dealing with tennis elbow management with the pain and its symptoms. So I encourage you, if you are having any of these problems, to approach us. We'll do our best to relieve of your symptoms and also take care to prevent any further recurrence. For any further details, you can visit our website anandamayawellness.com and find all the relevant details of how to get in touch with you. I'm sure this much of information is great for you to understand this and how acupuncture can be a great solution for tennis elbow. Thank you for your time and patience to watch this video. Thanks once again.